Y'all know what time it is. It's time to get spicy in here. So, with that being said, we just gonna hop right into it.
Jerkly Gaming subscribed to your channel for 32 months.
Thank you for the sub, Taylor. Appreciate it. What the heck is she doing? Oh, what's up, Alex? Where have you been, Alex? That is crazy. I'm just reading the book, y'all, so. Yeah, I think this chapter is gonna be really spicy, so just a heads up. Also, I don't know what's up with my OBS, but usually it rests at a 6,000 um, thing, and now all day today has been like at a 4,000. Thank you, Tyler. That's exactly what I wanted to see. I know, right? He just came here talking crazy. Alright, let's get right into it. This chapter might be a little crazy. Just saying. Um, Alright, y'all ready? Alright, chapter 19. It's titled Eurydice. She's the one getting body painted. Just so you guys know. So, yeah. Alright, when Sharon said he wanted me to earn his forgiveness, I expected something more traditional. Bondage, or maybe him putting me over his knee and spanking me until I beg him to fuck me. That is literally the first sentence of this chapter. You have been warned. If you don't want to hear this, it's time for you to go. Okay? I'm going to keep reading now. That is crazy. We starting off the chapter just like that. I told y'all, I had a feeling this chapter was gonna be wild. Okay. I was even anticipating it. Somehow, despite my bravado, this is so much worse. It's absolutely agonizing watching Orpheus mix the paint. He's got a look on his face that I'm intimately familiar with. Once upon a time, I used to love to watch him work. He wasn't precious about being alone while he was painting, so I was able to watch him whenever I wanted to, and I always wanted to. Sorry, I'm trying to find a good place to put the book so that the mic is right there. Okay. I don't know if I believe in magic, but when Orpheus sinks into his creative zone and draws forth beauty from nothing, that's magic. I always felt special because he allowed me to witness it. I'm not the same woman, grateful to even be in the room. The person I am now would never be satisfied with only witnessing magic. I want to be the one creating it. I don't know what that looks like for me. I'm not an artist like Orpheus or a designer like Juliet or even a photographer like Psyche. My sister would never call herself that, but it's the truth. I'm still figuring out where I fit in, which should make this experience particularly uncomfortable because Sharon is effectively shoving me back into a role I no longer want, except it's different. I'm not a passive observer this time. Not when I'm stretched out with my head on Sharon's thigh. Not when Orpheus is joining us on the bed. He looks at us for several beats and then takes up a position next to my hip closest to the head of the bed. May I? I'm about to answer when I realize that he's not looking at me. He's waiting for Sharon's permission. I tense, not sure how I feel about that, except I do know, don't I? It's there in the deep pulse of heat spreading through me. As much as I like being the one to give commands, this is unbearably sexy too. I turn my head just enough to see Sharon, to watch the hunger grow in his dark eyes. Not just hunger for me, he wants Orpheus, he wants us. By all means. Orpheus smiles and goes about, nudging me into the position he wants me. One arm gets draped back over Sharon's thighs. He grabs a pillow and stuffs it under my hip so I'm tilted toward him. His hands don't linger on my body, and every time he touches me, I have to fight not to arch into the weight of his fingertips against my skin. He's treating me as gently and remotely as he would any of his canvases. It's agonizing and so hot. I can barely stand it. And he hasn't even done anything yet. Then he begins to paint. I try to stay relaxed, but the first drag of the wet brush along my heated skin is almost more than I can bear. It's such a small sensation. Somehow, that only makes it worse. This is going to go on for a very long time. Hold still. Orpheus has a distraction to his tone that I recognize well. He barely waits for me to force myself to stop shifting before he dips his brush in paint and continues. He doesn't paint particularly, they really like using this word, thickly. Can I paint on you? Yeah, I guess so. That's fine. I don't mind it. He doesn't paint particularly thickly, so he makes quick work of coating my skin with a base layer that starts at my collarbone and curves down around my breast to my stomach and hips and upper thighs. Cool air from the room makes the paint feel colder than it is. Honestly, it's a welcome relief. I'm so hot, I feel like I might die from it. Orpheus leans down and blows slightly against my skin. I jolt to find him grinning at me. The jerk is tormenting me on purpose. I glare. You're enjoying this. Very much. I have to crane my neck to see Sharon, and I get distracted halfway through when I realize his hard cock is only a couple inches from my face. He's obviously enjoying the show, but he makes no move to touch himself or hurry things along. I shift toward his cock, and that's when he does move, weaving his fingers through my hair and holding me firmly in place. Your punishment is still in play. Here it is. Wow, why is he already hard while painting? She's naked. He's painting on her body. That's why he's hard. Out of the corner of my eye, Orpheus picks up his brush again. I lick my lips. Can't we fast track this? I'll suck your cock, then I'll suck his cock. Then you can stop being irritated with me. There's a typo in this, by the way. Damn, he gonna paint her and she gonna play with his cock while he does it. Yeah, pretty much. He chuckles, but not in a way that makes me think I'll get what I want. One word, Eurydice. Punishment. You're not the one who gets to decide if it's fast-tracked or not. And there's no easy way out of this. You will lie there and be still while Orpheus paints you to his satisfaction. And then we'll see how we're feeling. I'm about to argue when Orpheus starts painting again. When I used to watch him, I was always slightly envious of the canvas. His slow, methodical brushstrokes seemed like the most relaxing thing in the entire world. I was a fool. There's nothing relaxing about this. It's pure agony to have him so focused on my body, and yet not focused on my body at all. I am merely the medium for his genius. Sharon chose his punishment well. On Orpheus's third layer, I break. I'm so turned on I can't stop shaking. I'm pretty sure I've left an embarrassing wet spot on the mattress, and my nipples are so tight, I don't know if they'll ever be the same again. Please. Hold on, let me text my sister, because I know she loves this book, and I don't want her to miss it. Give me a second. Let's see. Let's give her like a few minutes before we continue, because she loves reading this. She loves hearing this book. Alright, so I sent her a text. I'll give it a few more seconds. Oh snap, she's here. Hey girl, it's getting spicy, so I just wanted you to be here for it because I know you like the book. So, alright, you ready for this? Oh, you messaged her too? I'm dead. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna reread where this paragraph. On Orpheus. Yeah, I just did. I just texted her. On Orpheus's third layer, I break. I'm so turned on I can't stop shaking. I'm pretty sure I've left an embarrassing wet spot on the mattress. And my nipples are so tight, I don't know if they'll ever be the same again. Please. Please? At least Sharon sounds as if he's in as much agony as I am. He just covers it better. He still has his fingers in my hair, but he allows me to turn my face toward him. God's, his cock looks even bigger than it did earlier. I can't help licking my lips again, and he gives my hair a sharp tug in response. Shut up, Taylor. Eurydice, you were in the process of begging. Don't get distracted now. I forget myself and start to reach for him, but Orpheus barks out a sharp, "Do not move." I freeze. He's focused on my ribs, right by my left breast, doing something that requires tiny, light brushstrokes. Oh my god. Orpheus, please. I need you to touch me. I need you both to touch me. His color is high on his sharp cheekbones, but his dark eyes are pretty focused. Not until I'm finished. Orpheus. I've never heard Sharon sound like this, almost playful. She's suffering mightily. You created this punishment. He lifts his gaze to Sharon, or tries to. In reality, his attention is snagged somewhere between his cock and thighs and neck. It looks like you're punishing yourself. The tension builds between them, heartbeat by heartbeat. I'll wait for what? Until I'm certain I can feel it on my skin the same way I can feel the... Yes, there's two dudes and one girl. Oh my god, I explained this, okay, real quick, so that nobody's confused. You have Orpheus, Sharon, and Eurydice. Eurydice is the girl, the other two are boys. So Orpheus and Orpheus and Eurydice used to be together, but Orpheus hurt Eurydice. So they are exes. Orpheus is Eurydice's ex-boyfriend. And then Sharon is the new boyfriend. And Sharon said basically, I want to be with you, Eurydice, no matter how that looks. So because Eurydice is still stuck on the damage that Orpheus had did to her in the past, Sharon was like, okay, we could just add Orpheus into this, relationship until she's over him. She's gonna fuck both of them. They've all fucked before, which is why this scene is so hot. That's not how it works. Well, yeah, she's not gonna get over him. Clearly not. They're all fucking each other. But anyways, continuing on. The tension builds between them, heartbeat by heartbeat, until I'm certain I can feel it on my skin the same way I can feel the drying pain. Sharon finally smiles, a slow, happy curving of his lips. I can handle waiting. All the same, I would love to accommodate you. He flicks his fingers at Orpheus's hips, which is when I notice that he's just as hard as Sharon. Accommodate? Sharon's fingers go soft in my hair, but he's still not looking at me. You seem pretty focused on your art. Orpheus narrows his eyes. Even on such a beautiful canvas, you have to be careful. It's been a long time since I felt like this. Of course I'm focused. Not even Eurydice can distract you. He reaches for the pillow next to them. It's enough to make me wonder just how far we can push you. Orpheus watches him carefully wedge a pillow between my head and the bed, replacing Sharon's thick thigh. I was under the impression that we were punishing Eurydice. We aren't. Sharon climbs out the bed and circles around the other side of Orpheus. Consider this just a bit of fun. I watch Sharon arrange himself, his thighs bracketing Orpheus. Literally. His chest to the other man's back. He's big enough that I can still see him clearly. The expression on his face makes me shiver with anticipation. I swallow hard. I know I have the smallest sadistic streak, but yours puts mine to shame. I like what I like. He smacks an arm around Orpheus's waist and presses a hand to his lower stomach. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I think Orpheus's hard cock is pressing against Chiron's knuckles. I bite my bottom lip and fight the urge to shift so I can see better. Chiron leans close to Orpheus's ear, and though he lowers his voice, it still carries clearly to me. You want to use your safe word? Orpheus chokes out a laugh, not even a little bit. Let me know if that changes. Chiron wraps his fist. There's a lot of typos in this book. Chiron wraps his fist around Orpheus's cock, and I nearly come on the spot. I've wanted to get my hands on you since last night. He kisses Orpheus's neck. Don't stop painting. I hold my breath as Orpheus leans forward and braces one hand next to my hip. Chiron mirrors his movements so that they are basically on all fours above me. I can feel the air displacement where Chiron slowly jacks Orpheus's cock. He's not touching me, but the possibility that he might do us both at the same time, I want it so badly. I have to put all of my will into not arching up too close the distance between us. Compare that with the light touch of Orpheus painting me, and I'm about to go out of my mind with need. Okay, I gasp. You've proven your point. I'm very, very sorry. I promise never to scare you like that again, or slip my security detail, or do anything. Just touch me, please. See, isn't she particularly sweet when she begs? It takes Orpheus a few seconds to answer. When he does, he hardly sounds like himself. Yeah, I like it a lot. Me too. Chiron kisses Orpheus. For some reason, I almost expected it to be rough, but I couldn't be further from the truth. The kiss starts off light and sweet, almost as if he's asking for permission. That only lasts a heartbeat though. Orpheus drops the brush, and then his fingers are in Chiron's hair, and he's toppling the other man back to bed. It's the purest agony to watch them fall into each other, their hands a frenzy on each other's bodies, as if they can't get close enough, can't touch each other hard enough, can't believe this is real. I'm both devastatingly jealous and so fucking privileged to be able to witness this. Chiron breaks the kiss slowly, Orpheus's bottom lip between his teeth. I can actually see him bite down a little before he releases Orpheus. You're terrible at multitasking. Guilty. Orpheus kisses him again. Quick, hard contact that makes my toes curl. Can you blame me? Not even a little bit. Chiron nudges him until he's facing me again. Get back to painting. Orpheus looks a little dazed, but he obeys. He fumbles to pick up the brush and palette. When he refocuses on me, it's clear that half his attention is on the man at his back. For his part, Chiron resumes his teasing. Except this time, he takes it up a notch. He slides down the bed until his face is even with our hips. He's close enough that I get a clear view when he leans up and takes Orpheus's cock into his mouth. It's just as slow and teasing as his hand was earlier. I don't know if that'll make a difference. My whole body clenches in jealousy and need at the way he sucks Orpheus deep, and then eases back to flick his slit with his tongue. Orpheus's brush skitters across my skin. If you want this to look right, you need to stop doing that right now. Instead of answering with words, Chiron snakes a hand under my thigh and strokes my pussy. I'm so wet. There's no resistance as he slides 2 fingers into me. He strokes me idly as he sucks Orpheus off, and it takes my pleasure-drunk brain several seconds to realize he's fucking us in the same rhythm. Normally, I need more clitoral stimulation in order to orgasm, but I'm so turned on right now, I think I'm gonna get there just from the penetration alone. Oh God, Chiron, please don't stop doing that. I should have known better. He wedges a 3rd finger into me, and then he stops. I'm so close. I can't stop shaking, but I need more to get over the edge. You are an absolute bastard. I've been accused of worse. Orpheus closes his eyes and lets loose a string of curses I've never heard him say before. Carefully sets down his palette and his brush. Then he laces his fingers through Sharon's hair. It's as done as it's going to be. Now finish what you started. That's the end of chapter 19. Alright, guys, so that's it for tonight. Let me stop. Did I get you guys? Hold on. I do need to take a break because I need to hit my vape. That's the only bad thing about reading is that I can't hit my vape. Chapter 20. This is titled Orpheus, so this is from the ex-boyfriend's POV, which is usually the dirtiest, by the way. Okay. Up until recently, I was pretty sure Sharon hated me. Now I know it for a lie. I fuck people who hate me. I don't make a habit of it, but self-loathing is an intoxicating drug, and sometimes it got the best of me. This moment, with his mouth around my cock, is nothing like those rare times with people who actually feel that way. It's a long way from love, but I'll take what I can get. Next to us, Eurydice looks ready to explode. Sharon has his fingers buried in her pussy, but it's clear he's not doing much to get her off. The man really does have a sadistic streak. It's hard to focus on that with him sucking me down like his redemption is on the other side of my cock. So spicy, I might choke my snacks. I might choke reading this, bro. I don't know if this is payback for last time or just simple lust, but all I can do is tighten my grip on his hair and hang on for dear life. Just when I'm on the verge of losing control, when my balls have drawn up and I can't stop myself from thrusting into his mouth, he eases back. I stare down at him blankly. You've got to be kidding me. He licks his lips. Watching that movement is almost enough to push me over the edge. Sharon clears his throat. Eurydice has more than served her punishment, don't you think? I look down at her, allowing myself to drink in the sight of my paint on her skin. It's not my finest work as such things go, and yet I'll never be able to recreate the masterpiece because it's her. So they're bi, basically, yeah. Eurydice, the woman I've loved and lost and found again. The blue and purple flowers I've painted on her skin, framing her breasts and pussy, only accentuate her beauty. They sure as fuck can't compare to it. I still don't know if I'm allowed to touch her. With so much hanging in the balance, I'm afraid to take that step or assume anything. Doing so might fuck this all up. Sharon understands. Of course he does. He withdraws his fingers from her and presses them to my lips, fucking my mouth slowly and coating my tongue with the taste of her desire. It's exquisite torment. I can't get enough. He brushes a quick kiss to my lips and then looks down at her. What do you say, baby? He's been putting in a lot of work. Don't you think he deserves a little taste? I'm not sure Eurydice is hearing us clearly right now. Her eyes are glazed with need, and little tremors work through her body at regular intervals. One lick, maybe two, and she's gonna come apart. She turns her head to us. It takes her a few tries before she's able to form words. Make me come, Orpheus. Now, please. Her voice breaks on the last word. You heard her. Sharon trails 2 fingers down my spine, stopping at the small of my back. Make her come so hard that she's begging for your cock, and when you give it to her, I'll give you mine. There's no mistaking his meaning. I'll fuck her, he'll fuck me. I'd like to pretend it's both of us continuing to top her, but it wouldn't be the truth. I'll be stuck between them, helpless to do nothing but take what they give me. I want that so desperately, I almost agree immediately. But that would be a mistake, and I'm working very hard not to continue making mistakes when it comes to Eurydice. I clear my throat. Are you okay with that? Yes, now hurry up. I need your tongue. It might just be the sex talking, And maybe I really am just and maybe I really am just as much a selfish bastard as I've always believed. That was a hard sentence. What the fuck? Okay. Because I don't ask again. I've been dreaming about the taste of Eurydice for months, and the taste I got from Sharon's cock was nowhere near enough. I don't know if I've earned the right to touch her, but I'm not going to question her need. I shift down her body and make myself comfortable. This part of her is as much a work of art as the rest. It's mad loud. At one point, late in our relationship, I wonder if she's having fun too. This is, I mean, I'm just reading the book, guys. um, this part of her is as much a work of art as the rest. At one point, late in our relationship, I convinced her to pose for me with her legs spread and her pussy on display. I never did get around to finishing the painting. She's so wet, she glistens in the low light of the bedroom. I can see her clit clearly, hard and needy for my tongue. I don't know why I'm hesitating. Maybe I really do have a, oh my god, masochistic, huh, streak. Because this moment of waiting is agony, and yet it's making me so hard, I'm a little afraid I might come against the sheets before I properly taste her. Orpheus, fuck me with your tongue right now. This time she isn't begging, she's ordering. Somehow that makes all the difference. My hesitation melts away. It's my choice to submit, but I'm not the one in the driver's seat of this interaction. Eurydice is, Sharon is, and I'm only too happy to follow where they lead. I lick my way up her center. She might have ordered me to fuck her with my tongue, but it's been a year since I've had my mouth on this woman, and I'm not about to be rushed. Her taste is exquisite, exactly as I remember. I pause at the top of her pussy and cover her with my mouth, pulsing my tongue against her clit. She makes the sweetest whimper. In the same moment, Sharon sets his teeth against the top curve of my ass. It's not quite a bite, more the promise of one. I'm shocked at how desperately I want that. I press my forehead to Eurydice's lower stomach and gasp for breath. Are you going to mark me? Do you want me to? Eurydice wreathes her hips, searching for my mouth. I have to grab her thighs to hold her in place. It's so hard to think what the scent and taste and feel of her consuming my senses. Do I even need to think though? I knew the answer as soon as Sharon voiced the question yes. I go back to eating her pussy as he palmed my ass. He's a big guy. His hands nearly cover me as he squeezes, pressing me together and then parting me in a rhythmic motion. It makes me think of fucking. No doubt that's the intention. It's hard to focus on what Sharon's doing behind me when Eurydice has her fingers in my hair and is grinding herself against my face. When we had sex before, she wasn't ready. I'm just throwing words in there. She wasn't exactly a passive lover, but she was almost shy at times about asking for what she wanted. There's no shyness in this. I love it. Instead of trying to take control, I go where she guides me. She doesn't hesitate to position me exactly where she needs me. She lets me fuck her with my tongue for several beats, and then she guides me up to her clit. I remember exactly what she likes. How could I not when I tormented myself with the memories of our time together for a year straight? I waste no time giving her exactly that now. Every time she cries, she makes spurs me forward. What the? Okay. I want her to come over my face. I want that clear mark of ownership, even if it won't last forever. Her body goes tight. A wave of satisfaction hits me, so strong that I shake. I am so caught up in how her thighs clench around my head that I almost forgot about Sharon behind me. As the last tremor works its way through Eurydice's body, Sharon bites me. Pain is sudden and deep. It aches Its ache radiates out from the point of contact and has me thrusting against the sheets despite myself. I try to stop, to get control of myself, but then Sharon's wet fingers press against my ass. Press into my ass. I lose it. In desperation, I go after Eurydice's pussy again, thrusting my tongue into her in time with my own hips grinding against the bed. Each movement I make pushes me back on Sharon's fingers, pressing him deeper. Her cries mingle with a desperate sound coming out of my throat. Fuck, I'm going to come. Sharon wedges one hand between me and the mattress and wraps his finger around the base of my cock, squeezing harshly. My breath shudders out. It's painful to be pulled back from the edge of orgasm like this, but I'm pathetically grateful all the same. He keeps fucking my ass with his fingers, and I blatantly register that his mouth is still against the bite, his tongue soothing my aching flesh. Eurydice digs her fingers into my hair and pulls my face away from her pussy. She looks down at me with glazed eyes and bites her bottom lip. Orpheus. My name sounds like a promise. She tugs my hair again and looks over my head at Sharon. I don't know what she sees there. He sure as fuck hasn't stopped what he's doing to me. Her thighs shake on either side of my head. Fuck me. I need your cock pressing into me and stretch me wide. I'm done waiting. I want that too, but the only thing keeping me from coming on the spot is Sharon's fingers gripping my cock. Humiliation washes over me. I don't know what it says about me, that it only makes my desire burn hotter. I lick my lips, tasting her there. If I fuck you right now, I'm going to come too fast. You disappoint me like that? Her voice is low and almost dangerous. Don't you want to be my good boy, Orpheus? Don't you want to please me? Yes, I gasp. More than anything. Sharon, the bastard, nips the bite mark on my ass. You're not coming until I let you. Stop making excuses and do as our woman says. Fuck her properly. It's slow work to move up the bed with Sharon still at my back. I don't tell him it would be a lot easier to concentrate if he didn't have his fingers in my ass. It might be true, but it feels too good to stop. Besides, I trust him. He's not going to let me come until I give Eurydice what she wants. It's Sharon who guides my cock to her entrance, and it's Sharon who sets the pace. I almost feel like a puppet on his strings. It's strangely comforting and hot, really fucking hot. But we're not finished. He shifts behind me, easing his fingers from my ass and pausing to spread lube on his cock. And then he's there, a broad head pressing against me, pressing into me. I haven't had a partner since the chaotic aftermath of losing Eurydice, when I realized that no amount of sex or alcohol would fill the gaping wound left by her absence. Sharon isn't a small man. I have to concentrate on relaxing, on taking what he gives me. He goes slow. No matter how brutal he is in some ways, it's clear he takes care of his partners. He's taking care of me right now. Eurydice seems to know it too. She's shaking beneath me, but waits patiently until Sharon has filled me completely. They share another of those looks filled with too many things. I can't see him, but her heart is in her eyes. I knew she loved him. Now I'm seeing it in real time. Strange how it doesn't hurt as much as I expected. How can it when I'm between them like this, when they folded me into the possibility of us? We surge together in a rhythm as old as time. Every thought in my head fades away against the pounding pleasure. Sharon keeps his fingers wrapped tightly around my cock, preventing me from losing control. It's a good thing, too, with him filling me and Eurydice soft and desperate beneath me. Without some assistance, I would have come on the second stroke. She tangles one hand in my hair and reaches past me to do the same to Sharon. More, harder. Sharon's lips touch my ear. She wants more and harder, Orpheus. Can you handle giving it to her? If I can't, I'm going to die trying. The thought is suitably dramatic enough to focus me. I'm distantly aware of Sharon moving back the tiniest bit, giving me space to plant my hands on either side of Eurydice's shoulders. And then I start to fuck her exactly like she needs, giving her more, giving it to her harder. I slam into her again and again, each withdrawal driving me back on Sharon's cock. Too much. Holy fuck, it's too much. Just when I think I can't stand it any longer, when I'm going to beg him to let me come, Eurydice clenches around me. Her whole body goes tight, and she lets loose a cry. I'll hold close until my dying day. She's still fluttering around my cock when Sharon releases me. After that, it's over quickly. It takes me less than 4 strokes before I'm surging forward and filling her. I collapse half on top of her, which is when I realize it's not over yet, and that Sharon's been holding back. He's not holding back now. He wedges one big arm beneath my hips, lifting my ass to the angle he wants. And then he plunders me. There's no other word for it. He takes my ass as if he owns it, as if I've been his all along, and I'm only now coming to terms with it. As he pulls out of me and comes across my back in hot, sticky spurts, I'm not sure he's wrong. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 20. Should I read chapter 21? What do you guys think? Chapter 21 is short, so I might read chapter 21 and then I'm gonna end it, whether that's a cliffhanger or not, because it's getting late and I'm getting tired. So I'll read one more chapter. After this, y'all gonna have to wait till tomorrow or whatever day. But we'll try to end on a high note. Sorry guys, I'm just tired. It's getting late. I need some sleep, man. I haven't been getting sleep. Alright, chapter 21 is titled Sharon. I expected the summons, so I'm not surprised to find a text from Hades when I wake up in the morning. What does surprise me is that he wants Eurydice to attend. Maybe it shouldn't. For better or worse, she's the reason that I have Aria in the lower city. I have a feeling that Aria might be hesitant to share the information she possesses if the person she reached out to for help isn't present. That doesn't mean I want Eurydice involved in this any more than she already is. Not that anyone has asked me what I want. I won't be consulted when it comes to this situation. Hades might have all but explicitly agreed to let me figure things out between me and Eurydice, but that courtesy doesn't apply to anything that will officially affect Olympus. I sit up and drag my hands through my hair. My whole body aches after last night. A pleasant reminder of just how good it is when the three of us get out of our own way. At some point, we need to have an actual conversation, because no matter how good the sex is, it's only one part of the equation that creates a healthy relationship. That's what I want with Eurydice and Orpheus. The bond between them remains strong, even if there's plenty of baggage to go along with it. The wound between them never properly healed, and I don't know if having me in the mix is good enough to keep it from festering further. Shit is complicated. Either way, I can't chase down those answers right now. As much as I want to prioritize Eurydice over politics, the fact remains that she inserted herself into said politics. I would have preferred to keep her away from all the bullshit and danger, but she's also made it incredibly clear that she won't be kept out of anything, not even for her own safety. With that in mind, I reach over Orpheus' sleeping body and lightly tap her hip. Wake up, baby. It's time to pay the piper. She stretches slowly, arching her back until the sheets slide off her breasts. I don't think she's doing it on purpose, but it's incredibly distracting. Still, it's best not to keep Hades waiting. I haul myself out of bed and make quick work of a shower before anyone can think to join me. Eurydice walks into the bathroom as I wrap a towel around my waist. She won't be fully coherent until she has some coffee. I enjoy the soft, sleepy look on her face. There's a trust inherent in witnessing these early morning moments, and I don't want to lose the intimacy. She makes a beeline for the sink and grabs her toothbrush. I know for a fact that both my sister and Hades are night owls. Why are we being summoned this early in the morning? You kick the hornet's nest, baby. The sooner we get things squared away with Area, the better. Haven't heard of any other attacks since the ones on Triton and Poseidon, but that doesn't mean they haven't happened. Minos might not have been directly responsible for most of the recent assassination attempts, possibly accepting Triton, but he's still a danger. The problem is that he's no longer the only danger. I don't know how we, as a city, deal with the now public knowledge that there's an assassination clause. I would love to think that it's an upper city problem that has no bearing on the lower city, but for better or worse, we are one city. What happens here affects the upper city and vice versa. The 13 positions of power that were previously considered unaccessible now appear all too accessible for those willing to get their hands dirty. I don't know how we move on from that. I don't have an answer as I get dressed. It's above my pay grade. Normally that would be enough to have me put the problem aside entirely. But the ever-present worry that someone will attempt to kill Hades makes it my problem. For whatever reason, Eurydice decides not to dress up for the meeting. Instead, she pulls on a pair of jeans that are more holes than fabric and a knitted sweater that's seen better days. She slicks her hair back into a ponytail, dabs on a bit of makeup that seems like nothing, but makes her look well rested and announces herself ready to go. We walk back into the bedroom together to find Orpheus awake. He makes no move to get out of bed, just watches us with a tense look on his face. Morning. I'm still deciding how to handle the situation when Eurydice props a knee on the bed and presses a light kiss to his lips. We have to go to a meeting, but we'll bring lunch when we get back. You should probably call your brother. Orpheus makes a face. I don't need to report to him like I'm a child. I know, just like I know Apollo worries. Be a good boy and throw him a bone. His expression goes slack for a moment, and then he chuckles. It's hard to argue when you say things like that. How strange, I had no idea. She grins and heads for the door. I take a step to follow, but then half turn to him. Go back to bed, Orpheus, you need rest. He doesn't look as hopeless as he did when he first showed up on our side of the river. But we've been running him ragged, and he wasn't particularly well rested before. Throw that bone. We'll talk when I get back. I'd like that. Me too. I turn and head downstairs. I find Eurydice standing out by my car. Next time, wait inside the front door. I want to believe the lower city is still safe, but the growing unrest in Olympus and the attack on the greenhouse proves otherwise. Until we figure out who's causing problems in the lower city, I don't want her going anywhere alone, even the sidewalk in front of my townhouse. Eurydice takes one look at my face and wisely decides not to argue with me about this. Okay, thank you. I open the door for her and move around to the driver's seat. It takes no time at all to drive from my place to Hades' residence. I park, but make no move to get out of the car. We're going to talk today, really talk. I want everything out in the air so we can deal with it one way or another. I would rather not. She doesn't look at me when she says it. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. You don't get the cocks without the men attached, baby. If we don't iron our shit out, it's going to blow up in our faces. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. And I don't want that for Orpheus either. I know this shit isn't easy for you, but it's necessary. She seems to consider that for a moment, then reaches for the door. Let's go. I don't press her. There will be plenty of time for that later, and she's right that there's no benefit to us putting off what comes next. When we make it to Hades' office, I'm not remotely surprised to find Persephone there as well. The person who does surprise me, though, is Hera. She sits next to her sister on the couch, perfectly coiled rage in a pretty package. She and Persephone might share their mother's coloring, but Persephone and Eurydice actually look a lot more like each other if you were to line the sisters up. Callisto, now Hera, is a blade sheathed in beauty. I don't know what possessed her to marry Zeus, and frankly, I don't need to know. But the thing that no one seems to understand is that she was already one of the most dangerous people in Olympus before she took the title of her. Eurydice crosses to her sisters, and they rise to meet her. They exchange hugs and kisses on the cheek, but the tension in the room doesn't decrease in the least. When she's done greeting them, I expect her to sit on the couch between them. Clearly, they expected it as well. She doesn't. Eurydice moves back to stand with me in front of the desk, a soldier ready to report. Comparison isn't lost on me. A quick glance around the room says it's not lost on anyone else's present either. Persephone, if you would be so kind. Hades motions to the door. He waits until she obeys and returns to her spot to pin us with his dark gaze. I do not appreciate being cornered into giving my word without all the information. While I will not go back on it, I would like a full report now. Even though he speaks mildly, his displeasure colors the air. He's furious. I open my mouth, but Eurydice gets there first. She straightens her shoulders and lifts her chin, her voice calm and collected. When I met Aria at the house party, we had an instant connection. I know that Apollo thinks she has more information than she's sharing, so I took it upon myself to make friends with her in an effort to gather that information. We've been speaking secretly since then, and so when she came to me for help, it was the opportunity I couldn't ignore. I don't look at her, sure that any sharp expression would give away that she's not telling the full truth. I don't know what her motivation is for covering the former Aphrodite, but I don't like it. Now's the time to speak, to let everyone in the room know that she's not telling the full truth. I don't. Maybe that makes me a traitor. I don't know. At the end of the day, Eurydice has shared the relevant information. Hades isn't a fool. He knows better than to trust other members of the 13. He has even less reason to trust Eris and her new husband, Theseus. Eurydice keeping Eris's name out of this ultimately won't change anything. I will be asking her why she is still lying later. If I don't like her answer, I'll be the one to tell Hades the full truth. Persephone starts to say something, but Hades holds up his hand, commanding silence. You took an unnecessary risk. It paid off. That changes nothing. It was still a risk. Don't do it again. He steeples. he steeples. he steeples his hands before his mouth. I will give credit where credit is due. You're just staring at me. That's creepy. I thought you were sleeping. I will give credit where credit is due. You've managed to pull off something no one else even got close to. If you can get the information out of Aria that we need to meet the threat that Minos' benefactor presents, then I'll seriously consider not tossing you to your mother's mercy. Eurydice startles. Excuse me? Your sisters and I aren't the only ones you answered to, Eurydice. I haven't informed Demeter of this little stunt, but that doesn't mean I won't. He raises his eyebrows. How do you think she'll react when she hears about the risk you took? That's not fair, she whispers. What if Aria doesn't know anything? You took this risk, and so the consequences are yours, one way or another. Persephone makes an angry noise. That's not fair, Hades. She needs more security, and no. He still doesn't raise his voice. I understand you wanting to protect your little sister, and I respect the desire, but she wants to play in the dangerous arena of politics. She'll do it with or without our blessing, little siren. Which means we go about this in the proper way. Oh, look at that. It's the end of chapter 21. Alright guys, that's it for me. Chapter 22 is either tomorrow or another day's problem. Thank you for being here, everyone, and thank you, Sierra, for popping in just to listen to the book. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get better at reading. I think I have, but not really at the same time. Like, it would be one thing if I was reading like every day, but I just read kind of when I'm in the mood for it. So, yeah. when I'm in the mood to just chill and hang out and read a book to you guys at night, you know, like I don't know. But if it was more like consecutive, I feel like I would be a lot better at reading because I do remember I think maybe last week I was reading the book like every night and I was doing really good. And then I stopped and I haven't read the book since then. And today I stuttered a lot, but and started throwing in random words, which is why I struggle with reading because I started throwing in random words that don't exist. But anyways, so I think we read 19 to 21. Not bad. That is a lot of reading for me personally, so I'll take it. But that is all, guys. I hope everybody has a great night, and I hope everybody had a great 4th of July yesterday. Um, I have to upload so many streams tomorrow morning, so after I'm done uploading my streams to YouTube tomorrow morning, I will be live. I don't know how long that's gonna take. I also have to wash the dishes. I probably have to wash the clothes too. Um, Tomorrow's Monday. What else do I have to do? I mean, that's basically it. Other than take care of the kids, of course. Um, yeah, that's basically it. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for being here. It's always a pleasure. Y'all have a good one. Good night, Sierra. Bye.